Hello and greetings to all of you, dear friends. Today we are reading our third story together, which is the story of the parrot and the merchant. We will examine its important points. I hope you like the story, so let's go and begin. Well, friends, there was a merchant and he had a very beautiful parrot that he kept in a cage. One day, this merchant was going to travel to India, and he addressed all his servants, maids and slaves, saying, "What do each of you want me to bring you from the trip?" Everyone said something, and out of kindness and generosity, he accepted everyone and said that they would take care of everyone. It was the turn of the parrot. The merchant asked the parrot, "What do you want me to bring you from India?" The parrot replied, "When you see the parrots there, tell them about my condition. Tell them that a certain parrot, who is eager for you from the food of heaven, is in our prison, that is, in the prison of the merchant. He greets you and asks for your justice and asks you for a solution and a way out." He said, "Is it possible for me to die here in longing and to die here in separation?" He says that it is appropriate for me to die here in longing and to die here. May this be permissible? I am in a tight prison. You are on the grass, sometimes on the tree. Is it right that I should be in a tight prison here, and you should be on the grass, sometimes on the tree? The loyalty of my friends is in this prison, and you are in the garden. Is the loyalty of friends such that I should be locked up here, and you are jumping and flying freely in the garden? When the merchant arrived in India, he saw some parrots in the desert, so he stopped his horse and addressed the parrots with that greeting and that trust. That his parrot conveyed the message of promise, which in fact was the promise he had made to his parrot that he would deliver that message to the parrots, and he delivered that message to the parrots. When he did this, suddenly one of the parrots trembled and fell dead, and you surrendered your life to the living. When the merchant saw this, he deeply regretted why he had delivered this message and why he had destroyed that bird. Then he said, "Isn't this a joke with this parrot? The soul is in two bodies. Why did I do this? Why did I give this message? I was burned." Poor Raisin said, "Why did I do this? Why did I give this message?" This poor man said, "I myself was burned and destroyed." Then the merchant finished his business in India and returned home. When he came home, he gave the gifts and ornaments he had brought to each of the slaves and maid servants. When the parrot arrived, the parrot said, "Where is my ornament? Tell me what happened. Tell me what you said and what you heard. Tell me." The merchant said, "No, don't talk about it and don't say anything. I regret it very much and I am biting my hands and fingers from the pain of this regret. Why did I take the message out of ignorance and madness and this happened?" The parrot said to the merchant, "Oh Hajj, what are you regretting? What has caused you such regret, longing and sadness?" The merchant said, "Those complaints of yours I took, but in the meantime, one of the parrots, as if he had smelled your pain and become aware of it, suddenly lost his nerve, trembled, and died. I regretted it greatly. What was I saying? But when I said regret, what a point. Suddenly, you see it, from your tongue, like an arrow that shoots from a bow. A point that suddenly comes out of your tongue without you knowing that it is like an arrow that suddenly comes out of a bow, so it will not return to the bow." When the parrot heard what that Indian parrot did, it suddenly trembled and fell down and became cold. When the merchant saw the parrot in that state, fallen and as if dead, he tore his collar and began to compose these poems. He said, "Oh, good, beautiful parrot, what have you been like? Why have you become like this? O Darika, my beautiful singing bird. O Darika, my companion and confidant. O Darika, my beautiful bird, my path to the soul, my fasting, and my basil. If you give Solomon such a bird, when did he himself become preoccupied with that bird? O Darika, the end has jumped to my beginning. O Darika, my flying bird has flown from the end to the beginning of me. O my flying bird, who has flown over my existence from eternity to eternity? My parrot, my clever bird, the interpreter of your thoughts and secrets. My parrot, the clever bird that speaks of your innermost thoughts and secrets. The parrot that sings from revelation, its song before the beginning of existence. Its beginning, the parrot that sings. It comes from revelation. Its song comes from revelation, and it existed before the beginning of existence. It is within you. That hidden parrot, you have seen its image on this and that. This parrot is within you, hidden, and you see its image in the outside world on this and that. And the merchant, in the fire of pain and sorrow, and the collector of 100 scattered words, said such words. Sometimes he spoke contradictions, sometimes he spoke tenderness, and sometimes he spoke need. Sometimes he longed for the truth, and sometimes for the permissible longing of a person who is drowning, constantly struggling and reaching for anything that might save him. He would like to be the companion of this chaos, to be covered with sleep. Then the merchant took the parrot out of the cage and threw it outside, when suddenly the parrot began to fly and moved towards a high branch. The dead parrot flew as if the sun were moving in the sky. The merchant, who was deeply amazed by the parrot's work, suddenly clearly saw the parrot's secrets. He looked up and said, "Oh beautiful nightingale, tell us about our situation. Tell us what happened to us. What did that nightingale do in India that you learned to use it to make a trick to burn us like this?" The parrot said that the Indian parrot, by its actions, advised me to let go. Beautiful water, your voice and the beauty of your feathers and your wings, because it is the beauty of your voice that has imprisoned you. And that parrot has killed itself so that it can teach me this lesson. That is, you who are busy showing off among people, die because I am the one who will get rid of you. And the parrot says a word to the merchant and says goodbye to him and plucks his feathers and goes away. And the merchant says to him, "Go and seek refuge in God, for today you have opened a new path for me." The merchant said to himself, "This is my advice, so I will take his path and act on that advice. This path is paved with light. Who is my soul less than a parrot? Should it, clear-headed and enlightened, be? Well, my friends," the secret said, "let's have tea." Who is that merchant? That merchant is us. We ourselves, the parrot, our soul, are trapped in the cage of the body and the cage of the soul. So, the parrot teaches us the way out. What is the way out of our soul that is imprisoned in this cage? The way to escape is to die from oneself. What does that mean? It means that we sacrifice our virtual existence in the way of God so that we can receive from God. Our true existence and the light of God shines in our hearts and find eternal divine life. So this soul and this virtual existence must be sacrificed and made dead until it is released from this cage and flies in the heavens of the divine kingdom and enjoys the light of God and finds true eternal life. Thank you very much, friends. Thank you for your support of this story. It has also ended. I hope you like it. If you liked it, be sure to like it and don't forget to subscribe and share it with your friends so that they can join us too. Thank you very much, and until the next video, God bless you.